Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be your guide to dry January. There's been so many new products on the market since my last review, which I will link below, so I just wanted to do another one to test out a whole new crop of whiskeys, gins, rum, and all different types of aperitivos and amaros, and some that fall into their own categories or in between. And stick around to the end for a very special giveaway. So just like my last review, I'm going to be reviewing these in the easiest to recognize categories, like whiskeys, rums, etc. And after each category, I want to show you how I would make a mocktail using these. A lot of these aren't meant to be sipped on their own. They're meant to be mixed. Aside from the rare few that are so good on their own, which we'll definitely discover in this video as well. The first category I'm going to try is the gin category, and I'm using that term very loosely because the only one that calls itself a non-alcoholic gin is Dhos. The rest of these are very terroir driven. Terroir means they taste like the environment that they're made in. First one I'm going to try is Dhos. So this is actually referred to as a gin-free gin, and it very, very much smells like gin. Very juniper forward. Wow, and it really does taste like gin. It's, man, this might be my new favorite one. This is really good. Yeah, very, very juniper forward. There's also like a little mint in there, which is really refreshing and nice. Really, really like this. Next up, I'm going to try the Amass. I've heard really great things about this from some of my friends. I haven't tried it. This is actually, I just opened the bottle right before this tasting, so here we go. Wow. This is really good. I'm not too sure how it would translate in a cocktail because it's very, very delicate, very elegant. I would drink this on the rocks. This is really, really tasty. There's like a little bit of citrus in there. I'm not sure what it's from. It could be, oh, I see. It's from sumac. It does have juniper in it, which you can definitely taste, and parsley, which is, yeah, that's in there too. I really, really am enjoying this. I'm not sure how it's going to be in a cocktail, but I'm sure I will try one eventually. Next up is Pentire, and this is their Seaward variety. So this has rosemary, woodruff, sea buckthorn, pink grapefruit, and wild seaweed. Right off the bat, you get all that grapefruit. Oh yeah, definitely very grapefruit forward. I think that's like the main thing that I'm tasting here. And like a little bit of salt. This would be great in like a Greyhound. That's delicious. Next up is the Adrift. I think this is the first one that they came out with. I think Seaward is more recent. Oh, this smells spicier. So this has rock samphire sage, a plant blend, so very secretive, citrus, and sea salt. Wow, that's really interesting. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Seedlip, their garden, but something a little different. Like, definitely the Seedlip one is a little bit more peas, I think a little bit more vegetal. This is very vegetal, but more herbaceous, I'd say. Oh yeah, I like this a lot. Kind of has like a red bell pepper flavor going on, which I really like. And this is the last one. This is the Overleaf. I love pink gin, so I'm very excited to try this one too. It smells like candy. It smells really good. Oh, it's kind of sweet. I was not expecting that to be sweet. This would actually be really, really good in a Clover Club. And I feel like this one tastes the most alcoholic out of the bunch. I don't know, there's like a bitterness to it, a little heat or something, but it's like done very well. Sometimes in these non-alcoholic spirits, they add spice, but it's like, it's not the right amount of spice, or it's like not the right kind of spice, and it definitely throws you off. This actually, whatever spice they're using in here, actually does mimic that kind of alcohol heat. With the Amass, I think I would just drink this like straight up with like ice, maybe a splash of soda. I think it drinks really nice on its own, even just with like a twist or something would be really good. Any of these that you add any type of like carbonation to, it's really gonna bring out a lot more of those flavors that you want. So definitely some with soda, same here. I think the most common way to drink these is with tonic. I'm not a huge G&T drinker. Tonic's not my favorite thing. So I would probably do like Greyhound or something like that. If I'm going for something that tastes like gin, it's gonna be the Dhos because it tastes just like gin, minus the heat factor or the burn, I guess, that you would get from gin, but it's very, very, very similar. But I'm a grapefruit girl, so I think I'm gonna go with the Seaward. I think that might be my favorite from the, whatever you want to call this category, the botanical experience category, I would say.
I'm choosing Amass Riverine to make the mocktail for this gin category. I'm using 1/2 ounce of honey syrup, 1 ounce lemon juice, 2 ounces Amass Riverine. I'll shake with ice and strain into a coupe, then garnish with a lemon twist. This is an absolutely refreshing drink, and the Amass really shines in it.
This category is tequila or agave spirits. I have the Sobrii, the Jalisco 55. This is the same company that makes the Spiritless Kentucky 74 whiskey that I really like. And this is Monday Mezcal. I'm gonna start with the Sobrii tequila. I think that's how you say it. I don't like that. You know how sometimes rum will have like a funkiness to it that's kind of like fermenty and weird, but I don't know. The smell of it is a little off. It like kind of smells like grape juice that's gone bad, but not in a good way. Sorry, Sobrii, I don't like it. The next one is the Jalisco 55 by Spiritless. It's a little cloudy, which is fine. Actually, a lot of non-alcoholic products, you'll see this. It's due to the way that they extract the oils and stuff from the plants that they use to make it. This one is good. I don't like it as much as I like the Ritual. I think the Ritual is hard to beat. I'm not tasting the Ritual today, but if you check out my last review video that I did on these, that was the winner of the tequila category. This is good. I don't know if it would stand up well in a margarita. It's not bad. I like it. It's missing that like earthy grassiness that tequila has. It definitely has some agave notes. It's a little sweet. It does have some of the like vegetal quality, but it doesn't have like that agave tequila flavor to it. So last is Monday Mezcal. I actually just used this in a punch video that I did. I'll also link that in the description below. As you can tell, well, you can't tell from the front of the bottle, but if I turn it around, I like this a lot. So I have a feeling this will be my favorite in this category. And I'm right. It's delicious. It's got that really beautiful tequila flavor to it. I think it's because I really like aged tequilas like a Reposado or an Añejo. So it kind of evokes that same flavor profile. And since it is a mezcal style, it's smoky. It's a little bit spicy. It's just so, so good. Definitely going to use this one to make a cocktail with.
For this tequila/mezcal category, I'm going to be using the Monday Mezcal to make a 0 proof margarita. To my shaker tin, I'm adding 1 ounce of lime juice, 1/4 ounce of agave, 1/2 ounce of triple sec. I'm using the Dhos 0 proof triple sec, which we'll cover later in this video. 2 ounces of Monday Mezcal. I'll shake with ice and strain into my glass and garnish with a lime wedge. Monday's Mezcal is so good in this. That spice still comes through, and the Dhos triple sec adds just the right amount of sweetness and orange flavor. This is so good.
So this next category is rums or rum-like spirits. Caleno doesn't claim to be a rum, but I put it in the rum category because the flavor profile is very similar to that of a rum. Same thing with Tennyson black ginger. I don't know, I always kind of like associate rum with like ginger and I don't know, I feel like it goes. And then this last one, Seir Hill, I actually recently used this in my cashmere cocktail video. It's very delicious, but this is like the only one that really calls itself a rum alternative. First up, I'm gonna try the Caleno. Oh my gosh, it smells like vacation. It smells so good. Very tropical, pineapple, coconut, brown sugar. And that's exactly how it tastes. Wow, this would be incredible in a pina colada. Next up is the Tennyson Black Ginger. So this looks and smells very intense. I'm very excited to try it. Ooh, oh, it's like spicy from the ginger. Definitely spicy from the ginger, but really, really good. I can't wait to do something with this too. It's like spicy. You know what, I take it back. It's not really rum-like, but it is really good, and it would be delicious with rum, or, you know, a 0 proof rum. And this guy, Spoiler alert, I already know how this tastes. It's very vanilla forward, very, very vanilla forward, brown sugar. It's like bruleed sugar. It smells phenomenal. And it's delicious. I mean, you definitely are missing something because it's not real rum, but like mixed in a cocktail, really, really nice. Highly recommend. This could substitute for like if you really like vanilla forward rums like Zacapa or like El Dorado 8-year, I feel like is very vanilla forward. Definitely swap this in to like one of your favorite rum cocktails and I think you would enjoy it. I mean, obviously it's not rum, but it's very, very delicious. Hits all those same notes.
For my rum mocktail, I'm going to be making a darkened Stormy using both Seir Hill rum alternative and the Tennyson black ginger. To my shaker tin, I'm adding 1 ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of Tennyson black ginger, 1.5 ounces of Seir Hill rum alternative. I'll add some ice and club soda to a glass, and then I'll shake and strain. Then I'll top it off with some more club soda. Delicious, refreshing, and perfect for those hot days, or any day to be honest.
This category is whiskey. Sadly, I only have 2. Both of these were actually sent to me, this from the folks at Monday and this from the folks at Spiritless. I actually tried the Spiritless Kentucky 74 whiskey. They sent me their spiced version of it, so I'm excited to try this. This would be your fill-in for something like Fireball or any type of like cinnamon whiskey or spiced whiskey. And the folks at Monday sent this to me. Really excited to try it because I just love all the things that they do. Their gin is delicious. Their Mezcal, amazing. So I'm excited to try their whiskey as well. Getting a lot of brown sugar, not too much oakiness or anything like that. Ooh, this is good. It's a little sweeter than I expected. It's got a lot of heat on it. Definitely get like a caramel, like burnt sugar. I would have liked to see a little bit more oakiness on it, but it's tasty. I like it. Yeah, this will be fun to use in a cocktail. I'm looking forward to trying something cool with this. And then this is Spiritless Spiced. Oh yeah, just get the cinnamon right away. Yeah, definitely sweeter than the original Kentucky 74. Ooh, but that's really good. I really like this. This would be great with like apple or, yeah, this is really interesting. I really like it a lot. I haven't really tried a non-alcoholic product that tastes like this, that has really like leaned into like baking spice and cinnamon. So it's got like the spiciness from cinnamon and it also has like a bit of residual heat. And I have to say, usually non-alcoholic whiskeys in general are very, very hard to pull off, and both of these are doing a pretty good job. And the number one reason I feel like they don't really stand up to it, just like red wine, is the texture. The alcohol lends a lot to texture that you don't really think about. You think, alcohol being thin and watery, but it really does have add a nice texture to things. It coats your mouth differently, gives you a mouthfeel. You taste things differently because of the alcohol. So I think that this category is probably one of the most difficult to pull off, and I think both of these are doing a pretty good job. Again, they're not supposed to be drank straight. They should be mixed in cocktails, and I think both of them would be very delicious in that. But if I was reaching for a whiskey, I would reach for this one. If I was going to make like some type of seasonal cocktail, like winter, fall kind of cocktail, I would definitely gravitate towards this one.
For my whiskey mocktail, I'll be making a New York sour using the Monday whiskey alternative and this lovely Syrah from Naughty. To my shaker tin, I'll add 1/2 ounce of Demerara syrup, 1 ounce of lemon juice, 2 ounces of Monday whiskey alternative. I'll shake and strain into my glass filled with ice and then top it off with 1/2 ounce of non-alcoholic red wine. I'm using the Naughty Syrah, which paired beautifully with the Monday whiskey. The whiskey notes really come through more when mixed into a drink, and they really shine in this one.
This last category is Amaro's aperitivos and things that just didn't fit into other categories like a non-alcoholic triple sec. These two right here are red aperitivo style, so these are meant to fill in for your Camparis, your Aperols, things like that. This guy right here is a Herbal Aperitivo, so I'm hoping that it has like a chartreusey kind of thing happening. I haven't been able to find any non-alcoholic chartreuse, so I think it would be really cool to find one. This last one is called the Pathfinder. This is more of an Amaro style spirit. Some people say that you can sub it in for whiskey. I don't really find that to be true. I think that it's very, very much in the Amaro category. It's very root forward. It has a lot of different roots in it. It has wormwood. I think it would work really nicely if you subbed it in for a sweet vermouth, as long as, you know, the other spirits you're using were sweet enough. Let's get into tasting these. So I'm gonna start over here with these Campari style ones. I also make my own non-alcoholic Campari, which I'll also link below. That's delightful. Definitely very bitter on the finish. Almost a little astringent, honestly, but I don't mind it. It's good. You get some of the orange in there, some grape in there, rosemary distillate. It's nice. I like it. I would definitely try it out in a cocktail. This is Wilfred's. I've been eyeing this bottle for a while, just I really like the way it looks. It's very cute, and it's something that I would like to have on my bar. Oh wow, they're so different. These two. This one is more, I would say this is a little bit closer to like an Aperol. This has like that more of oranginess. I definitely taste like a bit more clove in here. It's a little more tart, which I really like. This would be so good in like a Garibaldi or just like with soda water and an orange. Yeah, that's really tasty. Next is the Vera Herbal. Okay, so I'm not getting chartreuse vibes from the nose, that's for sure. Oh, it's really good. It's very clovey. It's slightly herbaceous. I definitely pick up on the clove the most, and then it has like that wormwood bitterness afterwards. I'm assuming it's wormwood. I definitely get a lot of the star anise in there. Now for something completely different. My palate is definitely all messed up from the past 3 to be tasting this, but this is a non-alcoholic triple sec from Dhos. I tried their gin earlier in this tasting. I also make my own non-alcoholic triple sec if you were interested, and I will link that below also. It's not bad. It's actually kind of nice. I like mine better, but if you want something that you can leave out at room temperature for 6 months, then this is definitely not a bad option to have. It's actually really good. I'm looking forward to making a margarita with this. It's a little floral even. It's definitely very sweet, but all triple secs are like insanely sweet if you try them on their own. I mean, maybe not dry curacao, but you know, your Cointreaux and things of that nature are very sweet. Lastly, I'm going to be tasting the Pathfinder. So off the bat, way darker than everything else up here. This is like a ton of different kinds of root, wormwood, angelica. It's got fir extracts. It smells heavenly, very woodsy. Yeah, this is delicious. It tastes like walking through like a forest. There's like some pine in here. It's just, wow, it's very complex, very delicious. As like my top 2 favorite of all time, Amaro Aperitivo style non-alcoholics, I'm putting this up with Gia. I think it's really that good. It's not as bitter, but it definitely has that bitterness there. I think it has a lot of good structure to work in cocktails. I've seen like the way that most people drink this is just like with lemon juice and club soda, which I'm sure is also delicious. But yeah, I'm very excited to try some of these in a cocktail.
For my last mocktail, I'll be making a non-alcoholic Negroni using the Pathfinder, Vera Aperitif Classico, and the Dhos gin alternative. I'll also be using this delicious fermented plum juice by Mezcal that adds just a delectable sweetness to this drink. To my mixing glass, I'm adding half an ounce of Mezcal, half an ounce of Pathfinder, 1 ounce of Vera Aperitivo Classico, 1.5 ounces Dhos gin alternative. I'll stir and then I'll pour into my glass over 1 large ice cube and garnish with an orange twist. The bitter notes from the aperitifs are lifted by the gin and the mezcal to make this a truly wonderful non-alcoholic Negroni. This is one of my favorites.
So that brings us to the end of this video and to the exciting part of the video that I had mentioned earlier. I'm going to be doing my first ever giveaway with the help of the folks from Naughty. They are going to be giving one lucky winner a trio of their wines. So it's going to be this red wine and then both of their sparkling wines that I've used in the past. They're phenomenal, just so good. I honestly think that they're probably the best sparkling wines on the market.
Be sure to head over to my Instagram at @TheWeePearl and follow me there, where I'll be posting details of how to enter and win this awesome giveaway from Naughty.
I just wanted to take a second to thank all of the amazing non-alcoholic spirits makers who sent me some stuff to try. I got many bottles sent to me and I'm so grateful that I was able to try all of these delicious spirits. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video. I hope you get a chance to try some of these soon because honestly, minus a couple of them, I think everything that I've tried in this review was pretty phenomenal and definitely has a place in your non-alcoholic bar. So happy dry January, and I hope to see you all again soon. Cheers.